As content creators, sometimes it's hard to achieve your goals. We often find ourselves struggling with a lack of direction and purpose in our work. So let me ask you this. How many times have you lost your purpose or felt like you had no purpose or direction for the type of content you make or what you actually talk about? When I first wanted to start making content for my Instagram, I knew I wanted to make content, but truthfully, I had absolutely zero idea where to start. It wasn't until I saw all of these other content creators teaching other creators how to create better content, and that's where it all clicked for me. People would always ask for my advice on how to get into filmmaking and editing when I was coming up, and how do I do this and how do I do that with a camera. So in this video, I'll be sharing 3 actionable strategies that I use to help with finding clarity within my own content creation journey, covering things like building the vision, constructing the plan, and understanding the why. Fun fact, if you actually scroll back on my Instagram, you'll see my first few videos where I took a stab at trying to be an influencer. I didn't have the slightest clue at what I was doing. I just knew that I wanted to help in some sort of capacity for the community. Now, let's dive deeper into why clarity is crucial for content creators and how you can actually achieve it. So one tool that transformed my journey early on was the creation of a vision board. People think that this kind of stuff is corny or cringe, but honestly, I feel like people need to talk about their goals more openly and actually visualize their future selves, because truthfully, life happens fast. Just yesterday, it felt like it was 2019 for me, and now all of a sudden, it's March of 2024. A vision board was crucial for me in understanding what I wanted to actually achieve in my life from a career and personal standpoint. On my vision board, I compiled both materialistic desires and internal fulfillment goals, from financial freedom with my different businesses to traveling with friends and supporting loved ones. I found that to be my light at the end of the tunnel for me. Now, here's a hot take. Life sucks without the end goal. If you aren't searching for a reason to get up every morning and take on the day, life just starts to feel monotonous and unfulfilling. And if you think of it like playing a video game, is there a reason to even play it if there's no end goal that you're trying to achieve? Like, it's no wonder why people hate their lives. As a human, your main purpose is to level up your character and get to that next level. But how do you possibly do that if you have no direction or anything that you aspire for? Some of the things I have on my vision board specifically are more common desires, like my dream car, which is a V10 matte black Audi R8 with limo tinted windows, a thriving online business that inspires other content creators to chase their dream and turn their hobby full time, aka my Instagram and now my YouTube channel. And I dream of becoming financially independent, which at this second of my life, 30K profit a month is what I'm aiming for on the first milestone. But I also have internal things on there as well, like being able to provide for all of my best friends. My circle is small, so I want to be able to call up my homies and be like, yo, let's hit up Italy tomorrow and run up a bag with our girls on me. And, just be able to film the entire thing and document my life as an actual movie. I want to be able to look back on my memories when I'm old and gray and be like, damn, I really was that guy. I want to be able to take care of my wife to the point where she literally doesn't have to worry about a single thing, and we can literally do anything we want at any given time. I have success written all over my vision board. Now, success is different for many people. However, the definition of success for me is the ability to do anything, take care of anything, whenever and wherever, and not have to worry about a price tag. The whole point of this vision board is you need to have a clear understanding of the direction you're trying to go. Be intentional on what your ideal dream life is. If you don't have the specifics down for what you're trying to achieve, you are now putting out into the universe a gray zone idealization about what you deserve. You must be clear and descriptive about what you're trying to get. Otherwise, how will you actually get it? Now, this piggybacks into my next topic perfectly, which is constructing the plan. If you have a vision and no plan, how are you ever going to be able to achieve it? This is the sole reason it took me so long to start getting what I wanted. I told myself for years, it's fine. I'll just keep throwing things at the wall until it sticks and money and fame will just fall into my lap. It just doesn't work like that. When I changed my life with Instagram, it was definitely strategic. I had a plan behind it. If you watch my first video on this channel, I gave myself a timeline and a realistic plan of attack before I was going to start fresh and try something else after I moved back home. The particular plan I followed for my journey was create a 60-day content plan of educational videos that teach aspiring content creators how to create better content. I was using Trello at the time with different content ideas that I wanted to talk about, and I modeled all of my content from value-based content. I then wrote a list of my competitors in a niche. I used a method called the outlier method and tried my best to understand what videos were performing the best for them on their page and why. I studied everything about their content down to what actually made their videos perform the way they did. The entire goal was not only to grow my following, but to use my rapid growth as leverage to have other businesses hire me to grow their social media accounts, as well as be a consultant for them and do their content as well. That quickly landed me the biggest client of my entire career, and I just kind of ran with it from there. For example, let's say as a freelance content creator, your goal is to land 2 clients this month. This is exactly what I would do. Create your offer. What exactly are you selling and how will it benefit your client? This is an entirely different video that I can create, but for simplicity's sake, you could do something like create a no-brainer offer for a client for them to say yes to your service. For example, if you can generate a client X amount of leads for their business based on the videos that you create for them, or you work for them for free until it performs or something of the sort, that is technically considered a no-brainer offer. So, number 1, you create your offer. Number 2, you generate a lead list of 100 to 200 prospects that you would want to connect with. I've always gone with the idea that this is a numbers game. The more people that you reach out to, the better your chances are. So you would compile a list of all these people and a few things about each prospect that intrigues you to want to work with them. So you can be genuine with your approach. You would write all of these people down into a CRM. I use Notion now. Create a table with a prospect's name, email, phone number, 3 reasons you'd want to connect, in a section if you reached out or not, and if they actually replied. Reach out either by giving them a cold call or sending them a DM on Instagram, and start off by talking about why you would want to actually work with them in the first place, or something that you liked about them that made you want to reach out and just try to get a phone call meeting set up. Now, I can do an in-depth video on this in the future if you're interested, so leave a like and a comment if that's something you'd like to see in the future. Number 3, follow up. Remember, your goal is to land 2 clients in a month. This is exceptionally possible given the number of prospects that you have. General rule of thumb is to reach out 3 times before moving on. Your goal is just to get them on a phone call so they can hear what you can offer them. Okay, so I'm editing this right now. I say in this quick clip, general rule of thumb is to reach out 3 times before moving on. Your goal is to get them on a phone call so they can hear what you can offer them. Now, just for clarification, you shouldn't be trying to just get these guys on a phone call and being like, hey, Mr. Business Owner, this is my offer. This is what I can do for you. Yeah, like, that's OD. You don't need to do that. It's more or less about getting them on a phone call. It's called a discovery call, essentially. You get them on a phone call and you figure out what their needs are by asking them certain questions. If you guys could actually even align, if they even need your services. Moral of the story, you're trying to get them on a call to gauge their interest. If their interest aligns with what you can sell and how you can benefit them, that's where, you can start talking about the offer. And if it all works out, then you guys sign the deal. Anyway, back to the video. Number 4, close the sale. It's not about the expensive or fancy gear that you have. It's the service that's actually going to drive results. That's what sells them. The experience with you as a person and how you make them feel as a client. And if they trust you on the phone call, they will sign. I could go on and on about this, but I'm trying to paint the picture of how to actually execute on your goals and vision. It just comes down to the plan and actually following through with it. Now that we've discussed the importance of having a plan to actually achieve your goals, let's dive into my final point behind it all. Understanding your why. So having a clear purpose or motivation is what drives us to take action and stay committed to our goals, even when faced with challenges or setbacks. So beyond the practical steps of creating the plan, it's crucial to understand the deeper reasons driving your aspirations. Why did you get into this in the first place? What keeps you going? Is it your family? Is it your dream of being able to be like, hey, I did the damn thing? Maybe you have a partner who just holds you accountable and you don't want to let them down. What pushes you to keep going? I say this to say it is so easy to find yourself lost in the sauce about why you do what you do. It's happened to me so many times I've lost count. I always try to recalibrate myself within my purpose of my why and why I do what I do. I just want to reach other people and help them achieve their goals. I want to provide for my friends, my family, and I want to achieve my financial dreams as well. Write down your why and literally study it. Study it to the point in which it hurts. Because this journey gets rough, this journey gets annoying, and sometimes it's hard to stay focused on. It feels like a chore sometimes, but then I look at everything I'm really doing for this, and it really makes it make sense again. Remember, finding clarity in your content creation journey is an ongoing process. By implementing these strategies, you'll be one step closer to achieving your goals as a content creator. And for the love of God, when you figure out exactly what plan or skill you're gonna hone in on to make this all happen, go all in on it and stop looking at the other things that are going to distract you from that vision or particular goal. I made a video about how multitasking is keeping you poor. You can check it out here.